Hey guys, KiraKennedy here with day 23 in my vlog Every Day in April challenge. And we did the music collection yesterday. Today we're going over the shelf most people see when I film an episode of Hipster Ninja Reviews. So, I'm gonna start up top with the toy collection. It's actually changed a little since I did my Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer review. Notable, but it's pretty much still the same. You've got all the Pokemon and Digimon stuff. You've got the Galvatron Transformer, Mega Gargomon. We have the customizable money toy I got in my very first loot crate, the Play loot crate. 3 different kinds of Batman. Notable differences here. You've got I don't remember this guy's name, but he's from The Walking Dead. My little brother gave him to me because he's a huge Walking Dead fan. We have this guy from Sword Art Online that came from a loot anime crate that I forgot to post. I am probably going to post that next week or something, but I'm going to have to record a disclaimer pointing out that I got that crate in January. Yeah, don't remember why I never posted it, but there's that. You've got Spock from the Star Trek reboot. You've got Brainiac from the short-lived not Young Justice, Legion of Superheroes cartoon. You've got 10th Doctor Funko vinyl pop toy. And in the back here, you may recognize this as the Zaku I used in my Season 2 finale review of The Host, which was what the character Sora was actually inhabiting during the review. The character Sora, of course, being voiced by my friend, the Incredible K-Man. I've also got an Aaron Yeager statue that I got for my birthday last year. My dad was working in Vancouver and he sent it to me, and hanging off of Aaron's neck is my Shield Agent badge, which I got in my Loot Crate Covert Crate. It was an exclusive prop that came in there. A lot of Loot Crate stuff in here. Moving on to the actual shelf, we have a plethora of Power Rangers morphers. Well, 4. We've got the Mobirit, or the Legendary Morpher, whatever you want to call it, the Samuraiser, the Green Ranger Legacy Morpher, and the regular Legacy Morpher, both of which feature power coins from the actual Green Ranger set. I've got the other ones here: Mastodon, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, Saber-tooth Tiger, Tyrannosaurus. We have a Gengar stress toy, I guess you want to call it. I got it when I was a kid. Dr. Robotnik I think it's from an old Burger King set. Nice selection of Sonic screwdrivers, a Link and Mewtwo amiibo, and then, in terms of actual DVDs, we have just a nice mix of wrestling, anime, and actual TV shows, as well as a couple DVDs by actual internet producers. We've got Top Fourth Wall, Volumes 1 and 2, Pat the NES Punk Volume 1, and The Game Chasers Season 1. Sorry, Volume 1 and 2 on Pat the NES Punk. I've also got the OC. The Strawberry Shortcake is actually my niece's, because she likes to watch it whenever she comes over. I've also got Scrubs Season 4 and Season 7 hidden behind the amiibos and stuff. My 3 wrestling DVDs: CM Punk Best in the World, Daniel Bryan Just Say Yes, 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 and the Best of Sting. And then, of course, I've also got a nice little collection of Blu-rays here. My Blu-rays are a little more organized than my TV show, or organized a little differently. I've also got Madden 2001 for the N64. I actually got that. Fun fact about this game, I actually got that. I'm not a big sports game guy, but this game was actually given to me for free with the N64 I bought at Con Bravo 2 years ago, because I was the guy's first customer of the day. I don't know if that was a genuine thing, or he was just looking to get rid of the game anyways and he just threw it in. But not a big sports game guy, not a big football guy, so I've only really played it once. As for Blu-rays, we've got Attack on Titan, Doctor Who series 5 and 6, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Akira, Avengers, Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, Battle Royale, amazing movie. And then we move on to the second shelf, which just continues. You may notice there's a lot of action movies here, but there are also a lot of movies here that I either bought with the intention to review or have already reviewed. So, a lot of action movies, a couple horror movies, but mostly action, mostly comedy. It's just kind of my bag. I say that right as we're passing the Austin Powers. But fun fact about a lot of these DVDs, I actually got them at a local DVD store that is not open anymore. Same with a lot of the actual TV shows I've got here. Sorry, a little addendum that I'm adding in last minute, as you can tell, because it's actually a little darker right now. It's not insanely dark, but I wouldn't be able to get enough natural light for that. So anyways, the reason I got those DVDs from that store, and funny thing, that store was also the same place where I bought my copy of Russell Peters' Outsourced, the CD. Now, the reason I got a lot of the DVDs from that store is because they had a really nice selection, and they were all really cheap. Like, most of the TV shows, like Voltron Lion Force, Ultraman from 1966, and the OC, believe it or not, that was all like $5. Yes, I got the entire second season of the OC for $5. And then, like, a good chunk of that collection as well, I got during their closing sale, where everything was even cheaper. Like I think everything in the store was $5 at that point. So I would come home every day with like a bag of DVDs that I got for like that. Again, I got for $5. I'm not 100% sure why they closed down. Well, I guess they weren't getting enough business, but that shocks me because, like I said, the selection there was really good. You get DVDs for $5, Blu-rays for $7, and they just shut down. Anyways, back to the actual tour. We move on to the second level, which shows a little more what kind of my favorite TV shows are, or sort of what kind of movies I'm on. A lot of these are movies I've either intended to review or want to review, or have already reviewed, I should say. But then there are movies like Animatrix, Ant-Man, The Crow. That was more because I really wanted to see it, but this is a pack that has all 4 Crow movies. Day After Tomorrow, kind of a guilty pleasure for me. But most of these are either movies I really enjoy watching, like the Evil Dead stuff, or are movies I intend to review at one point. That is literally the only reason I bought Fantastic. But oh well. And then there are movies from my childhood. Like I've got 7 of the 8 Harry Potter movies. I don't have Deathly Hallows Part 1 yet, but there's that. I will have to say, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and the first 2 Fantastic Four movies, pain in the ass to find. But yeah, a lot of superhero movies, a lot of adaptations. I've also got a collection of con badges, Anime North, 2008 and 2009, Con Bravo, 2012, 2013, and I think that's 2012. That might be 2014 and 2015. I am missing 1 year's. I think, like I said, I think this one might be from 2012, and then I'm missing 2014's. But yeah, I've also got a replica of the Elder Wand from Harry Potter. This was actually, again, something my little brother gave to me because last year he went to Florida for a band trip, and it just happened to be right next to Universal Studios. So he said he wasn't going to use it anymore, and he gave it to me. because I actually used to be a huge Harry Potter fan. More Blu-rays here, again, a lot of superhero movies, Fault in Our Stars, Enter the Dragon, really good. I'm a huge fan of martial arts movies. Got my Rick and Morty puzzle from the Unite loot crate. And then something a little different, I've also got Space Battleship Yamato, which is a live-action adaptation of, I believe, one of the first anime to actually come over to the States, to North America. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard it's really bad, and once I can find a way to capture Blu-ray footage, I am definitely going to be doing a review on that one. And from there, we move on to the bottom shelf, which, not a whole lot to write home about. Also, it's very dark, so I'm going to grab my phone. Hang on. Alright. So, we've reached the bottom here. This is where it kind of starts getting a little different. We've got Rush Hour 1 and 2, kind of guilty pleasure movies, just because, I mean, it's got Chris Tucker in it. He's kind of annoying, but these, with the exception of Suburban Nights and Super, these are mostly movies I either, like the rest of these are mostly movies I've either bought because I wanted to review or already have reviewed, because no sane person would willingly buy all 5 Twilight movies. But, yeah. So basically, just about, like I said, just about anything on this shelf, or a huge chunk of the movies on this shelf, are movies I bought because I really wanted to review them. But we have, just after X-Men The Last Stand, Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, we actually move into the game collection. Because in addition to the N64, I also have games for the GameCube, including, I'm ashamed to own a copy of Catwoman. Unfortunately, I could not get rid of that. Capcom vs. SNK 2, GoldenEye, a lot of Harry Potter games, the GameCube port of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and then from there we move on to, well, actually I should probably explain, most of these games are games I'd wanted as a kid, or when I was younger, or games that I'd actually bought when they were still selling GameCube games. But the majority of these games are action games with the occasional sports game like Quidditch World Cup, NHL 06, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, and a couple of pro wrestling games, Day of Reckoning 2 and WrestleMania 19. On top of that, and after that we move into the PS4 library, which a little more diverse. A couple of fighting games like Dead or Alive, Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, Soul Calibur 5, Tekken 6, Tekken Hybrid, and Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I'd like to point out as well that I suck at fighting games, and I only bought these to try and get good, but I suck. So, we've got RPGs like Heavy Rain, if you can call it that, I guess, Devil May Cry 4, Saints Row the Third, Saints Row 4, and then Saints Row Get Out of Hell. And then, at the end of the collection, we have the wrestling games for the PS3. SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, 2011, WWE 12, WWE 13, WWE 2K14, WWE 2K15, and 2K15 was an interesting one. I actually posted a blog post on Tumblr about this. This is actually the last game I would buy for the PS3, the last wrestling game I'd buy for the PS3, and the only reason I bought it, even after posting about how I almost got burned by the company, because the last gen versions of 2K15 and 2K16 were completely watered down. The only reason I bought it was because I'd heard considerably better things about 2K15 than 2K16, and I actually bought this about 3 months after the game launched, so that was a thing. But now that the games are available on PC, I barely ever touch 2K15 anymore. And of course, we've got a little box of Crazy Bones, the business cards I usually carry around with me at Con Bravo, or conventions in general. Macklemore, The Heist, you saw that yesterday. And then some stuff I kind of forgot to go over before. We got the Hipster Ninja glasses. I've got a D20, one of the dice I got in my Play Loot crate. And that's kind of it, so I guess we're just going to head back to the desk now. Now, there's also some other games I have that I don't really put on display. One of them is GoldenEye 007 for the N64, which is actually in the N64 right now. I've also got a couple Pokemon games from the Game Boy, for the Game Boy Advance and for Game Boy Color that are put away somewhere. Maybe I'll show off more of my game collection tomorrow. But until then, if you guys would like to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at KiraKennedyHNR, Tumblr at KiraKennedyHNR.tumblr.com, and of course you can always check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/KiraKennedyReviews. And as always, if you'd like to check out any of my past work, my Let's Plays, my stream archives, even my reviews, you can do so at peanutbutterdisaster.com. So until tomorrow, I'm Kira Kennedy, and thank you for watching.
Peanut butter disaster.